called Stereo Unmix. Now this is incredible. Because I've spent my whole life in music technology, 99.9% of the time that I've been in music tech situations, someone will ask me, can it be done? And I say yes. And there's one time I remember that's really kind of profound in my remembering of it, that I said no. And it was my first day working with Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. And we were working on Janie's Got a Gun, early days. And Steven was all excited about these different things that we were doing in the studio. A lot of MIDI and tech, and this was in 1989. And he was so excited about all these different things. He said, oh, no, wait, can we, if I take a stereo mix from the 70s, and all I have is just a 2-channel stereo mix, can we extract all the tracks out of the mix? I said, are you crazy? No, that's impossible. And I was so sure that that was never gonna happen. It's one of the only times I've ever said no. Well, now I'm gonna play for you an Aerosmith song that I don't have the multi-track for. Multi-track is when any record that you hear, it's done, even though we listen to it in stereo, it's created through multi-track. For those of you who are in the recording studio world, you record one track of vocal, one track of background vocal, bass drum, snare drum, etc. You could have 100, 150 tracks. And then you mix them into the stereo track that we all hear every day when we listen to music. So when you have that ability, if you want to just listen to the vocal, you press the solo button. If you just want to hear the bass drum, you press the solo button on bass drum. If you just want to hear bass drum and vocal, then you mute everything else. It works like that. But if you have a stereo mix like we hear on Spotify or Apple Music, you can't do that. You can't go into the mix while you're listening to it and say, oh, let me just solo, I just want to hear the vocal right now. You would need the multi-track. So what these companies have developed over the last year is the ability to extract stems, all the individual or groups of individual tracks from stereo. This is one of the greatest inventions I've seen AI do thus far. So I'm going to play an Aerosmith track that was from stereo. I downloaded it off of Apple Music, so it's the same as anybody has. And then I just went and used this technology, this unmixed technology. And I then went and just played with the tracks as if I had the multi-track, because now I essentially did.